only made $600,000 a day. So I need to get to where that $600,000 a day is. None of my children, mama, none of y'all did. I don't want that phone call.
No. I grew up in LA. We were dealing with police brutality all the time. And it was not televised.
Welcome back to Keeping It 100 with Money and Mika. Today's episode will be about what is a deadbeat mom.
Now, I wonder, why do you choose this topic?
I chose this topic because it needs to be touched because everybody always talking about a deadbeat dad and putting us on the front line. So
Get it off of y'all.
Yeah, get it off us for a few hours.
I mean, I definitely, I could feel that, you know. I even agree to this topic because right now we have an abundance of deadbeat moms, and that's something that wasn't before. We used to have them old school moms, and you know that it take a village, and you got your neighbor over there, you know, helping you out, and all the family. So it's a lot different. So
it take the right village, because you could be in the village with some deadbeat moms.
Right.
I'm not gonna whoop your child when mine do something wrong.
You want to discipline them.
Right, you can't do that.
Right. Oh, what's some of those things that, how would you define a deadbeat mom?
Deadbeat mom. To me, I mean, someone that put themselves or something else before their child. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a personal situation, you know, my real mom wasn't there. Not saying she was a deadbeat, but you know, a hit dog will holler. I didn't have her, she wasn't in my life. I went with my dad when I was 2 years old. And I just found that out last year. So,
right, you thought you was older.
Yeah, I thought I was like 8 or 9, like, you know, you kicked it with me this long, but nah, it was,
right.
It was 2 years old.
Well, in my opinion, as a mom, you know, that have my children and someone else's 2 children, well, I definitely, I got some things to say about a deadbeat mama. Those are mothers that, well, I can't even say mothers. Those are mamas that, or like me and one of somebody else I know that I love, them carriers, because that's all they pretty much do is carry a child. Yeah. You know, once that child is born, they hand them off to the grandparents, hand them off to other friends, and even in my case, I wasn't even a friend. So, you know, just met the girl. So, you know, those that, you know, I'm not saying, I will say, those that selling off them, you know, get them for just government benefits and stuff like that. That, you know, I would say that sell the food stamps and all that type of stuff and don't have no food, but I get it, you know, now for 1 year, that's a felony. But you know, I mean, I get it, you know, you got to survive, you got this bill and, you know, you got few food stamps, but if that child don't have no food to eat, then you still stuck, you know?
See, I hate saying like, you see a female with a children, you know, she design her down, but then you look back at the children, they got the Walmart, the dinosaur with the school bus. When dinosaurs went to school? Why you Gucci, but you know your children got the light up shoe? I mean, not being materialistic, but if you can rock it, your children
That's
can rock
right.
it.
You know, them same ones that, you know, they go after the guy just for child support, and that child support money not even used on the children. You know, they get the money and, you know, they got their hair and nails done soon as that check come. But like you said, child still don't have nothing. Right. You know, sitting at home. We're not talking about the ones that, you know, got to get out there and work. You know, have to, you know, or even have mental illnesses that, you know, they can't do, you know. So, cause for one child is one thing. But once you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you don't have none of them, oh, we really got a problem there. And that's what's happening more now.
But the thing is, even if somebody that'll help you, or, you know, you might be going through something for, mentally or financial, and you pass. Now, I ain't gonna say pass on. Somebody else allow your children to come into their household. Some parents, like, in the situation
the ones we
know,
got,
like the situation we've lost stuff. A lot of stuff that we want to do, we can't do. You know what I'm saying? We got to switch our whole life.
And she don't do nothing.
And nothing. So
nothing. So those are the ones that we talking about.
Yeah, we ain't talking about. We're not talking about.
And even those with the custody and don't do anything. Because you can have your children and still be a deadbeat.
True,
so it's a lot to it. So but we gonna jump right on into it. And dive into it. And some people may not. May get offended or something. Well,
I don't care.
And me personally, I don't say things just out of hurt or anger. I say things out of love as well. So we gonna dive into it.
I mean, I'm gonna make the topic fun too at the same time, because I know a lot of deadbeat mamas, and I know a lot of situations that called for their action caused the man to be the deadbeat. Because I mean, how you gonna get mad because y'all not together? Then you throw the man on child support. Come on.
So come on and stay tuned with us.
Oh, it's going down today.
Yeah. we gonna touch all them topics.
DBM.
Deadbeat moms.
What's good? Keeping it 100 with Money and Mika. So today, since I picked this topic, I want to start out with talking about how the deadbeat mamas use the benefits, child support, the welfare, the food stamps, Section 8. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly where I want to come from today. What you think about that?
Oh, I'm with that. To me, these deadbeat moms, we got to start back where it started from. Like I said, the old school moms.
Right.
Old school mamas, like we said, first off, they go whoop your behind. You know what I'm saying? They like, I'm gonna whoop you before they whoop you. I'm gonna do this before you end up in jail. Right. I kill you. I brought you in this world. I take you out. All them old school things, and had us scared a little bit.
Some real shit talking back then.
Right. But they put that fear in us, so we knew to respect them as well. Now, nowadays, children are cussing their mamas out, talking back to their mamas, just have no respect whatsoever.
I mean, but it's the children. We say the children, but it's the parent. It's the parent. But
it's like a new age mama now.
Like this topic it's the mama fault.
Right. Because before, the mamas didn't let it happen. They will beat you until yesterday or tomorrow, black and blue.
I tried as a child.
They be talking about child abuse now.
Right. My mom came to me. It was wrong, but that brown extension cord. Oh, dude.
Okay. Go get the switch.
But if you if you hit your child now, you going to jail.
Yep. That's definitely true. Oh Lord.
Right.
So yeah, that's definitely true now. But also, I like to say it's also a misconception as far as the military. I'm ex-military, so I do have a little soft spot.
But that's something that the way I know you about to go, because we had this military versus common people discussion all the time.
All the time.
It's different going to the military or being in the military and you leaving your child with someone.
Right.
That's a lot different.
Or even in the entertainment industry.
Right. That's a lot different. There's certain passes in life, you know what I'm saying, that people have to deal with as a whole, because if you in the military, like you're in your situation, if you in the military, you leave your child with your parents. That's not saying you're a deadbeat mama. You trying to, you know what I'm saying, you trying to level up and better for you. You know what I'm saying, live a better lifestyle for you and your children. But the ones I'm talking about in this topic are the ones that you see every night on Instagram in the club, but the children over here, they not eating. You dressing them like, you know what I'm saying, they really don't mean nothing to you. I mean, that's deadbeat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you gonna
but you can have your children and be deadbeat.
I know a lot of them. You can
like,
have
you know what
your
I'm saying?
children. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what he's saying. Like, you got, you know, you don't even have to always put your children out. You leaving them at home all the time by themselves. You know what I'm saying? And with no guidance, you're not never there for them. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more, so you don't comfort them. The children, you know, the thing is, children need to know that they're loved. You know, and them deadbeat mamas, the children don't even know that. But the sad part is, the children always love them. You know, we got mamas now that is actually abusing these children themselves.
Yeah.
You know,
you can abuse a child not only mentally and physically, but you're abusing your child emotionally and by going on Instagram inside each children see you twerking and you popping bottles, but they don't even have a milk jug in the refrigerator. So
that's right.
Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
it's wild.
It's so different now. Like we say, it's these these children that's with the grandparents. You know, and shoot, let me tell you something. I know a deadbeat mama that not only does the grandparents got her child with their son, but they even got another one of her children with another person. Like, and then even, other children that they got, the daddies and everybody else got them too. Like, when are you going to learn? You know what I'm saying? Where does that come from? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I got a lot of children, so I deal with a lot of situations. I said I wasn't going to touch topic, but I'm going to touch it because...
You got to. Keep it 100.
Real talk, like everybody knows me. I got a lot of children. The Bible said, be fruitful and multiply. And that's what part I was obeying as a child.
You skipped some other parts.
Yeah, I skipped some other parts. But my first child, myself, and I'm not going to tear up. I love my daughter. And it's not a situation with me and her mom. Her mom had something going on, and the grandmama got custody of my child, but I couldn't see, you know what I'm saying? I just seen my child, 2 weeks ago. And the last time I seen was 2013, 2014. So it's not just the deadbeat mamas, there's some deadbeat grandmamas out there too.
But it's like, it comes from a long line of hurt and all that. And even, not even just hurt, but, it is hurt, because I believe that women, our emotions come because of that hurt. So we start to put them guys first. You know what I'm saying? We start to keep our children away from a father that wants to be there. I don't understand that. If a man wants to be there, he wants to help you, he wants to see that child, why not? Right. So what if y'all not together? That might just bring y'all together, if that's, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 100. But what man want a woman that's not going to take care of her child?
I don't.
I mean, come on now.
Pack up and leave.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's not fair, not only to that man, but to them children. Especially if them children not even that man's. That's in the household. You know what I mean?
But see, dealing with that, you got people that's bitter. When you're dealing with a bitter person, not only women are bitter, you got some bitter dudes out in the world. You feel what I'm saying? So, a child gonna be a child. But you gotta show that child the rights and the wrong. Like the way I raise my children know what I do. You feel what I'm saying? Some parents like, why you let your children, so they'll know not to make that same, you know what I'm saying, mistake that I did as a child or sometimes as an adult.
True.
But you got mamas. Yeah, mamas. I can't say mothers.
They don't even need to be celebrated on Mother's Day.
Right.
I'm sorry, not to even interrupt you, but how the hell you think how should you be celebrated on Mother's Day when you don't have your children, you ain't called your children, you ain't did nothing for your children, no nothing? I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, you really got personal with that.
Yeah,
I know where you come from.
Did.
I mean,
even for the children's birthdays, all that, that's a deadbeat mama. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm gonna get personal.
But we chose, we go at it with our situation with it because we chose not to leave them babies out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We could have left them and
that wasn't even my friend. I just met her a few months and it's like, okay, you get pregnant and can you get my babies? First off, I got 6 in my house and you talking about not 1 but 2. Yeah. But of course, I don't want to see these babies out on the streets because yes, the babies we got, they come from being abused in every type of way that you don't even want to think about.
5-point station, 5-point train station.
You don't even want to think about it, and they mama ain't called. She, when she did text, she said, how the babies doing? Not how my babies, just the babies. Like, and I had to say, like, that ain't just the babies, not, are you free? Can I come by? You know what I mean? Just how the baby's doing. Right. Like that's such a disconnect.
So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and turn a little stuff around. We need to start putting these deadbeat mamas on child support.
Yes, sir.
For real, I'm dead serious.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's not.
And if you're not using the child support money, something needs to be done too.
It don't need to be always the topic be fatherhood. It need to be motherhood program for these women
because it wasn't. We weren't giving books. We weren't giving manuals on how to do it. So I'm not just saying trying to bash people, but it's just like in the situation with us, we've tried. We're helping, but then she just leaves.
Hold on, we're not bashing nothing. We keeping it 100.
True that.
We just keeping it 100.
True
a lot of people won't touch this topic because they're scared. But again,
it's gonna hurt a lot because females are emotional and you're talking about this. Well, I had this and he just left me. Guess what? I got 6 children. I ain't and anybody that know us, 5 of them are by somebody prior to me getting married. They all got the same daddy. He don't do nothing.
But they still mine.
He don't call. His family don't call. Nobody does anything. Guess what? I don't put them on child support. Why? Because I did it too. I laid down too. They mine. And if I couldn't support and I couldn't do something, I need to stop having babies then. You know what I mean? Like, I had my first child because I wanted to have something that I love. I have so much love in me and I wanted to give it to that child. I didn't have a child to try to keep no man. Because
I know some people have a child, man leave them, then it be other stuff coming up. Yeah. Oh, I had a stroke or this and that. Man, you crazy. Not me.
So you beat them and all this other stuff, but they still want you.
With the line. If somebody beats you, if the person beats you, why you still stand with that person's parents? And
then that's another thing. That's another thing. How many of these females break up with a guy, have a child, and then you go and live with the guy? And the guy don't live there. You causing beef between the parents and everybody else. Like, and believe me, I'm not talking about one situation because it's plenty of them. I can name some people.
We not name dropping, but I'm using real life situations.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
And it's not just one situation where somebody's, they're talking about me. Like you said, if it hit dog, well holler. So, if the shoe fit, I'm sorry, wear it. If you don't like how it fit, loosen it up a little bit, clean it up.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Get your new pair. They say the truth should set you free, but guess what?
Face the truth.
Boy, I'm free.
Face the truth. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of these deadbeat mamas that's what a deadbeat mama is. Get your children.
Today,
if you can't provide, try. Ask for help. Do things to help, but don't just pawn your children off on somebody else. The grandparents didn't lay down and have them. They did their job by raising you. Now let them go ahead and retire. Relax. They shouldn't be raising no other child. And then what's gonna happen then? Your child have a child and they got the great grandchild too. Because what did your child learn from? You know what I'm saying? Your child learned from you, so they like, no, I'm give it to my parents, give it to my grandparents. So we got to do better though. We got to do better. But we are gonna take a break. But when we come back, we got some special guests. We got some ladies that experience some of this, even to the point where you're not a deadbeat mom, but you've been classified as a deadbeat mom just because you don't have your children.
Right.
That don't mean you're a deadbeat mom. Just like the fathers. It don't mean you're a deadbeat dad just because you don't have your child.
At all.
It's what you do that makes you a deadbeat mom or dad. Period. And that's keeping it 100.
Are you a man that has ever been cheated on? Is your communication lacking? Or is your relationship lacking communication? Can you get through it? Tune in to Gifts of Joy, Mondays at 7 p.m. on www.e-linetv.com.
Gifts of Joy.
Welcome back. I'm Money.
You not money. Well, you're not money.
Right.
Welcome back. I'm
to Money and Mika. Right.
We're gonna keep it 100. Sometimes we mess up. We're not perfect.
Hey, it is what it is. Look.
So now it's time to bring in some, a couple of guests. Our first ever guest. My first guest is a personal homeboy of mine. I'm about to get him on call right now. We went to school together, like an OG to me, how it is.
And then we also got Tonacious over here. And we got Mel.
My sister Mel. What's going on, my boy?
So y'all say something just so everybody can hear you.
You're on Money, keeping it 100 with Money and Mika, man. Today's topic is
Deadbeat Mamas.
What's your Deadbeat Mama? What's your thoughts on Deadbeat Mama?
Okay, we're gonna let the guy go first, I guess, y'all.
Oh, okay.
I feel like deadbeat mamas hold a bigger value than deadbeat dads because of the moms are around the dads. Around the children more than the dads is. Not to take away from one or the other one, because both of them bad. But as far as the nurturing and the caring and the first person to be the bond with that child,
right.
If you got a toxic mother, they're gonna teach that child that child's gonna pick up on it.
And sometimes in my eyes, I think toxic mothers will cause the man to be toxic as well.
And also the children.
It trickles.
Oh, yeah, I agree 100%. I just feel like, a lot of people think that the man is the head of the household, but in actuality, the woman is the head of the household. The man is the provider. And with him being the provider, he's not there. He's not there majority of the time with the children.
Right.
Y'all hear that?
It's just like whatever the man produces, the woman's gonna make something out of it. So, whatever he's putting in, that's what she's gonna make. So he's really there trying to provide for the family, and she's there raising the kids and cooking. Not to say that sounds kind of male chauvinistic, but that's basically what's going down.
Right.
It's always go ask your mama. You know what I'm saying? Go ask your mama. Because the mama run the house.
Right.
Even coming up, my dad was there, but he always tell me, go ask your mama.
Right. My mama ran the house. My dad out there working.
See, now we got a male's point of view.
We're providers. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's just a toxic mom can really change. And I really don't even think they be being toxic. I just think they're just uneducated. You know what I'm saying? They don't realize the value that they play in the kids' lives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So education and them not even being taught, because as kids we think we know everything. But a woman, just because you're opening your legs, you got a baby, you think you're grown, but it's levels to that shit. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's just I just think that a toxic mom holds more value because they're teaching that kid how toxic to be.
Right.
I've met people that females that they don't even mess with their mom because of how they was dealt.
Right.
So their example of what a mom was or what a woman was actually bad. So they try to be better, but they don't even know how to be better because they don't even know what they saw. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I just feel like it holds more weight.
That's true.
Bad, but I just feel like it holds more weight just because they're there all the time.
Bruh, I just want to say thank you for keeping it 100. You
now
feel what I'm saying? Hold on, you can stay on the call. So we're gonna let the ladies,
Tonacious.
We're gonna let Tonacious. Yeah, we're gonna let the ladies. We're gonna see what the ladies talk about.
Yeah, but Tonacious, I think. Did you hear what he had to say?
Yeah, I got the gist of it. Mainly, that the position of the mother is really what the toxic position, what it is in the sense of, if she is negative, I would say. But I honestly think that a deadbeat mom it's a mom that purposely withheld love, affection, intimacy, knowledge, information, passion, whatever it is. It's like that whole, like, I'm not because of this, because I think the toxicity is in not sharing or even showing that there's a difference between each child. Say, for example, it could be a deadbeat mom who loves more on their sons instead of on their daughters.
Right.
And then we grow up to resent that. And then, we have to compare to deadbeat dads in a sense, but for me in particular, I'm looked at as a deadbeat mom. And it's only because the father of my child is hurt by whatever his mom did to him. So now he looks at women in a certain way. And now I'm that person also, when that's a figment of his imagination. He's fighting his mom through me. So now I'm in a battle, and now he's telling my daughter, your mom is toxic, your mom is this, your mom is that. And, I have to battle and say, hey, no. This is what it is. I have to just be myself and be that strong person within her life versus trying to fight whatever he's telling her, what I am. So the toxicity can be both ways, but I really think it's the withheld, because he's withholding my daughter from me. So that's the toxicity. But it looks like, since we're not together and she's with him, and it goes deep. I got a whole book on it, but I really think that the position that the mother is in, I agree with the man right there. He said that it's the position, you automatically just say, hey, let me ask. Yeah, but at the same time, if it's a negative neglect, then that's also gonna make it a deadbeat. Also, we all have to swap. We have to love each other regardless. Right. It's always a bicker, and it's always a, whatever somebody else is doing.
We gotta stop.
That positive person in all children's lives.
Right.
We gotta stop that. We gotta stop treating our children different because of how our relationship ended, or what happened within our relationship, or even because my child looks like that of the absent parent, I'm treating that child wrong as well.
Well, you know what I mean? Call it out. Yeah. That was my problem, man. I got one child since my daughter looked like me. Right. They treat her like she ain't
my mom went through that. She looked like her dad, and her mom treated her like, she was Cinderella.
Well, bro, what I'm talking about. My first child.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
I can speak on that.
What you gotta say, Mel?
That first child always catch it worse than anyway, because the parents are new.
Right.
They're new and they don't understand. It's just like you want your child to have they ain't bringing stuff. When you get down, later on you get down the road, you're like, bro, they don't even need that.
I was still running the hallways in Latonia from Mr. Randolph. I ain't know how to take care of no dang old child.
Right.
Nobody.
And in that case, that's when it goes to the grandparents, especially when it comes to children becoming parents and trying to raise children. That can't happen. You know what I mean? That's when, yes, it does fall onto the grandparents, but the grandparents have to sit there and still train their children and teach their children how to be parents. Don't just do it for them, because you're enabling them then.
But take my situation at hand. The mother of one of my children, she not in the picture, but she never told my daughter nothing bad about me. It's the grandmama.
Yeah, I don't believe in that.
That's what I'm saying.
Let them
it's like, I didn't sleep with this lady, but to be honest, and we keeping it 100, when I was young, the lady wanted to sleep with me. I said no. Then after I said no, now I can't see my child. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a whole different type of. That's a whole different type of 100.
She tell my little girl.
That's a real part of being a deadbeat mama.
Right.
They keep the child away from the father because the father is no longer with the mama. They do that.
Right.
That's why, to be honest with you, that's why you keeping me away from my child, because
some deep family secrets.
Right.
Yes. Well, we gotta hear from Mel.
Well, hold on, let her hear from this.
We got Mel over here.
The last caller real quick, bro. Hold on, I'm gonna keep you on.
Yeah. Come on, Mel. Come on, Mel. What you got to say?
Hey, sis.
Hey.
Hey. I was just telling my son. Can y'all see me?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just telling my son.
Girl, we like your lips.
This is real talk.
Right.
The male, the father of the child, will stop being with the mother of the child, right? And because she has the child and he's no longer in a relationship with her, he'll try to keep that child away from him because she don't want to have a relationship with her. And that's not fair to the child, because the child gonna start resenting the mother because he or she don't understand what the issue is between their parents. And so that make her a deadbeat because she bringing that toxicity to that child and giving, negative energy about the father when it don't have anything to do with the father at all. It's like, oh, well, I'm going to say negative stuff about your daddy to you because I don't want you to have a relationship with your daddy because your daddy don't have a relationship with me. Right. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that because that make that child grow up and resent that man and then have a resentment towards you because you saying all this negative stuff, not giving the child a chance to get to know their father. Right. Because you feel a certain way. Now there's some other deadbeat mothers that get child support every month. And they go and get their hair done, their nails done, they go and buy name brand clothes, and then you look at the kid, and the kid look all jacked up like, yeah. But you can't buy that baby no braces. You can't buy that baby no clothes. You can't make sure that kid is straight. That's the whole point of the child. Y'all understand. I understand bills need to be paid, rent needs to be paid, they using the stuff too. But
she's starting to break out.
You starting to break up, sis. You starting to break up.
You can't make the father out to be something that he not because you didn't give him a chance to be a father.
Girl. Now I'm a hit on that one because yes, like I said before, I'm very, very big on that. As far as when we have a child, you know your responsibilities, just like I know mine. So I shouldn't have to chase behind you and do all of that, and when I do have them children, again, I can't use them as pawns. I can't use them to say, oh, well, if you go come over here, because trust and believe, you got them females that you go come over here, you can't come see them unless you come give me some. You know what I'm saying? You can't come over here unless, wait, hold up. Even them other ones, I've heard these females say, baby daddy got to make sure my phone is on and my bills are paid. Yeah. But he got a whole nother thing going on over here. Why does he have to do that? You know what I'm saying? You have that child. You do that. You got to make sure you got a roof over your head and food on your table. So what's the difference with your child? Why does he have to do that?
What about the deadbeat mama that they try to play your child against you, bro? Like, I know somebody who, my homeboy got a good job and everything, but the love when he broke up, you know what I'm saying, with old girl, she came him 100 times, like the devil, because he got in a whole nother relationship and she was teaching that child how to resent him as a father, you know what I'm saying?
So we can't do that. We got to do better. That's not fair. First and foremost, it's not fair to the children. You know what I'm saying? But then it's also not fair to that other parent because we go on, and I'm glad we're talking about deadbeat moms today. I really am, because we go on and on all the time talking about deadbeat dads. When it's Mother's Day and it's a single mother, we talk about Happy Father's Day to her too. We don't tell these men Happy Mother's Day. Well, you know what I'm saying? But it's a Happy Father's Day to these women.
Well, check
you know what I'm saying?
Well, check it out. See, it's just like in my situation. Not putting my business out there. I don't care.
It is some women being fathers for real.
Right, it is. But my daddy stepped up. Mm-hmm. He didn't step up and make my mama a deadbeat. My mama was a deadbeat herself. You know what I'm saying? It was her slacking. But like a big shout out to my daddy, because I could have ended up like my brothers. You feel what I'm saying? Not saying I'm better than nobody, but them being in that environment, the neglect from, you know what I'm saying? Neglect from my mama not being around. They not on the level that you would think they should be or would be in life.
But what did that do to you though? Since you're here saying that you had a deadbeat mom. I don't know if any of you had a deadbeat mom.
I had one.
But you're saying that how you had a deadbeat mom. How did that to you, even as a child? First as a child, but then as an adult now. How did that really truly make me feel? And yes, you gonna keep it 100 because I know in a sense.
I mean, when I was young, it really didn't. It was messed up because of the fact I would want to go see my mama and she don't be nowhere around. That's how I got close with my grandmama, my aunties, and my cousins and stuff like that. Like, I ain't meet my mom again until I was 19 years old. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I got one of my brothers stayed there with her. But, like, you look how he turned out. So, big shout out to my daddy for being a man and, you know.
Right.
Hey.
So it is still some good men out here too. So you know we can't just
we
be talking
still
about.
here.
You know what I'm saying? It's still some good ones out here. Just like we said, it is some good moms. You know what I'm saying? But this rise of these deadbeat moms, you know, that's something.
Well,
that's
it does. I feel like this. To break that generational curse or whatever of it going from grandma, great grandma, mom, whatever, it goes with, you know, somebody saying, okay, enough is enough. We ain't gonna continue this cycle of making the fathers out to be good enough. And you know, and as women, as mothers, myself, like I was just talking to my mother today, and you know, she was explaining to me that she did what only she knew how to do.
right.
You know what I'm saying? She did the best she could with all her children. And you know what I'm saying? That goes a long way, especially when you dealing in you know, in the 80s and the 90s, and you dealing, you know, with the streets, and you dealing with drugs, you dealing with alcohol, you dealing with, you know, all different types of problems and avenues, you know what I'm saying? And especially in raising children, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say, you know, that she was a deadbeat mother. My mother was never a deadbeat mother. She just did the best she could with what she knew how to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women out there like that really don't have no guidance, really don't have nobody to show them the way. And I know there's a lot of books out there how to be a parent, but each child is different.
Mm-hmm. Everybody can't read on the same level either.
Mm-hmm. That's real.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing that we talk about as well is, you know, the misconception of the deadbeat mom. Because like we said, you know, for one, yes, just because you don't have your children, just like Tonacious, you know, that does not mean you're a deadbeat mom. You know, because I know for a fact, you know, this is my friend from a long time ago before she even had a child. So I know for a fact she loves her child. I know for a fact she teaches her child. She goes and get her child, and she's been fighting for her child. Now, the child may not know that because of what the father say or his new girlfriend may say, but I know that she's been doing her part. You know what I'm saying? Where it takes a village, yes, but she's been doing her part to get her child, you know, and fighting that same battle. So like we say, just because you don't have your child does not make you a deadbeat mom. And if you were a deadbeat mom and you feel like, dang, they hitting some spots, you know what I'm saying? I done did that. You still can change. Because one thing about it, and I think we all can say, you know, a child will love their parent if it's a deadbeat daddy or a deadbeat mama. A child loves their parent. Right. So you always have time to go ahead and do something about it. You know, but like we said, you know, all of these family secrets, you know what I'm saying? That's a big thing. You know what I'm saying? The lack of knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Like Mel has said, you know, of not knowing how to be a mom because their mom wasn't there. Right. You know, and maybe even their grandparents treated their parents crazy.
My grandma was there for my mom, so what the hell the problem was?
Okay, and that brings us to another one. Drugs. I mean, it's no excuse, but you know, the use of drugs, especially back in the day, and I mean, not even say back in the day, but even now, you know, and just to touch on that and say that that's still not an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Because people choose to do that, and yes, then it becomes an addiction, and it gets to all these other things where they may not even want to.
We're gonna say addiction,
right? Because yes, not always drugs, but yes, alcohol. You know, all type of things like that. You know, and it's different type of drugs, prescription drugs, and things like that as well that have a mom zooted out her mind. You know what I'm saying? Because she's dealing with all this just like postpartum. Just when you deal with postpartum, you almost don't even realize that it's postpartum. You know what I'm saying? You just got depressed. You got all this, you know, you looking at your body done changed. You got all these emotions that going through you.
That sounds like excuses to me.
But, you know, I mean, it can sound like that. And that's why I say from the outside looking in, that could sound like that. But it is actually a medical diagnosis of having postpartum depression.
You weren't postpartum when you was in the club drinking with you got some.
I mean, well, that's
you
not
got
for
some,
partner.
but you
That's
got
not
you
for
got
Yes, that can be a coping mechanism. That can be a
you know what I'm
coping
saying?
Yeah, when you act
Right.
out, yeah.
Right. You know at home. My thing is
Trying to take that off your mind.
you
know
work,
what I mean?
you work. But if your kids not benefiting from, you're not just working for yourself. You working for you and your children first, because your children show who you are. So if I'm out here driving good cars and dressing good, you think my children, you know what I'm saying? That'd be messed up when your children not benefiting off of what you coming up off of in life. And it be their money. It be their medical mind frame to give you this check. But them children don't see this money. You know what I'm saying?
That's the dead.
It goes to from 28 inches to 40 inches and mink and magnet and all kind of stuff. And I'm talking about for real.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true. You know.
The thing of it for me is that when you say drugs, of course you see the parent there physically, but the parent is not there emotionally, socially, mentally. Like it's a mental state of mind. You know what I'm saying? They know the child is there. To them, they like, okay, I'm making sure they got the house, the car, making sure they got food, and make sure they got clothes. But that parent is still absent because they dealing with something internal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they're not saying they're a deadbeat mother. It's just saying they trying to figure it out because they dealing with an illness.
Look, they got deadbeat tendencies.
Look, I ain't gonna
that's where the deadbeat comes from. It comes from the illness. It comes from the trauma. It comes from the lack of. It comes from the too much of. I feel like, you know, he's the deadbeat mom in our situation because, you know, he's withholding. Like I said, it's still even we're not excusing it. Okay, it's not an excuse.
No, I'm not.
We're identifying it. Okay, so it's more of like, okay, that's trauma right there. You a deadbeat because something went on in your life and you need to figure it out, or something went on to where you are not processing in a healthy way.
Right.
We damage ourselves and continue to damage ourselves, especially. I mean, women. Like you were talking about the postpartum and all that. Yeah, we can go down. What does depression look like? What does depression look like? Please believe, just us being Black in America, we are PTSD. Please believe, I'm sure all of us have PTSD. Yeah. So in order for us to cope and keep on going with it, that's the part that we got to figure out. The trauma is it's always somebody hurt. A mama is keeping that baby away from their daddy because their daddy hurt them. The mama, yeah, it sucks. I'm not saying it's somebody's fault. But at the same time, you the one that chose to lay down with this person.
Right.
Before knowing in depth what their mental state is. We all are victim to it. Please believe I am number one. I put my hand up. I should have looked at his mama. I should have looked at his sisters. I should have looked at his brothers. I should have looked at the homies that he was hanging out with. We wasn't even around his hometown when I got with him. We was in a whole other state. So really, I was into whatever he said he was.
Girl, that's it.
And then now I'm traumatized because please believe I'm going through therapy. I ain't finna keep this going. This is not gonna keep going. Okay.
And I think right there, thank you for all of that. I definitely agree. So we're gonna come right back.
welcome back to Keeping It 100 with Money and Mika. And today's topic went very well in my eyes. Everybody had a lot of feedback. You know, we want no bad call-ins. And,
Nah,
stuff
everything
like
been
that.
good. Everything been good. Yeah. So yeah, like we said, we've been talking about deadbeat moms. We had special guests on. We got Tonacious and Mel here. They've been sharing their experiences and their
Hold up,
thoughts.
you can't forget my boy.
I know, I was gonna let you tell him.
But you know I got you, Robert. Big shout out to my boy Robert, man. Thanks for coming on and having him back.
Right, because he was a little outnumbered here. So.
Yeah, you know. She had all the women on her side.
Yeah, but
you know.
it turned out pretty good. So, like we said, we went over the different types of deadbeat moms, what actually makes a deadbeat moms, them females that's out here putting men first,
Right.
you know, got all their children staying with family members and stuff and not trying to help them, not doing it. Not saying that you can't have a family member help you out. That's not what we're saying, you know, but when they helping you out, and it turns to them doing it for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a difference. Help, and you know that's a big
dead.
difference.
That's dead. How can you forget your children sitting over here with some other people?
Right, like every day. You know, when I went over how the old school parents were, you know, old school mamas. You know, if I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. You know, that type
I'm grown
of
now. I
mentality.
say bring back the extension cord. That's what I say.
Right.
They need it. All the children need it.
So right now, I think we need to hit on, because I don't want to leave anyone, you know, just down and, you know, or anything like that, which I don't think we really did that. But my thing is, where do we go from here? How can we help the deadbeat moms? You know, just like the deadbeat dads, you know, how can we help them?
Well, help them by going to child support and tell them to add not only fatherhood, but add motherhood program for some of the moms.
I can feel that. I feel that. Maybe even some training. Like we said, you know, you all said that the lack of knowledge, you know, and you know that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Even, you know, so I think some training, because like you said, we're not given manuals when we become parents. So
Right.
we learn by our own experiences from our parents. And if your parent wasn't there for you, you know, and or didn't teach you the things like Tonacious said, if she wasn't there, if your parents weren't there to if they neglected things or if they withheld things from you, like Tonacious said, then you're not gonna know. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna hurt you in the long run. And I think that's almost where we need to begin. You know, like you said, they got these fatherhood programs, but we don't have no motherhood like that. You know, we got planned motherhood. You know,
you can't raise your child off looking at the Simpsons and Bill Cosby's and, you know, stuff like that, man. Just be there for your children. You know, when you come up, let your children come up with you.
Yeah, and you know, I think that we can't as mothers, you know, because I'm in my own opinion. Of course, we always say I'm not a deadbeat. You know, and like we said, our children will always love us regardless on what we do. You know, I know mothers that have abused their children physically, mentally, emotionally, and even sexually. And even those same moms have even allowed other people to do it to their children. Those are deadbeats. Now, my thing about that is, you know, even those same children, I guarantee you bring their mama around, they go run to mommy, mommy, mommy. You know what I mean? Because that's in a child's heart. That's in a child's nature. You know, no matter how much hurt that we did to them, their resilience, you know, like that.
I don't agree with
Until
that.
they get older, though. Until they get older. You know,
Now,
start forming their own opinions.
I don't think I would have did.
But you did forgive your mom, though. You did continue even while we, you know, after we got married.
No, I ain't forget her. I forgave her to a certain extent. You know?
Because you had to for yourself. You had to for yourself, for your own growth.
Right.
Because you can't, you know, still hold some ill feelings or animosity against someone and, you know, think that you're going to grow. That's going to hold
But
you back.
to me, I feel lucky because I was blessed with a real mother and my mama who had me.
blessed. You
I
had
love
two.
my
You had
mama.
two.
You know what I'm saying? I love my birth mama. You know what I'm saying? but it's not the same love that I got
Right.
for my mother who raised me. Shout out to Janice, girl, I love you.
Right. I mean,
Feel
and that's true, you know, and definitely shout out to my mama too, because, you know, she wasn't a deadbeat mom by far. You know, I had a lot of friends that wanted her as a mom. Now, I can say sometimes she might have made me mad.
Who,
You know,
Mama Joe?
Yeah, you know, she might have made me mad or something,
Mama,
but you know, that don't make her a deadbeat. You know what I mean? You know, I'm just mad.
Mama Joe ain't no deadbeat.
Yeah.
Mama, she raised you, girl, and I love you, girl.
Oh, see, look at that. Look at that.
Shout out to Mama Joe. Shout out to Mama Joe.
But, you know, so, but, you know, just as far as how can we better their situation then? If there is a deadbeat mom that's listening right now, and of course she's not gonna say, "Hey, that's me. I don't give a damn about mine." You know what I mean? No, nobody gonna say that.
We do have we ourselves, we have nonprofits that help aspiring students. So if you need help with your child, you know, just
yeah, we definitely will help with that. We definitely will.
Call
but it's
you know,
help. It's help.
It's help. I'm not raising nobody else's children.
Yeah, it's help. You know, and I think that as long as we get back to that village raising a child, we'll be okay. You know what I mean?
You got to screen the village though, bro.
Yes, we do. We do have to screen the village. We do have to screen
because you got all
kind
kind of stuff staying in the village.
True. You know, but we have to start somewhere. And really, if you are a deadbeat mom or if a no deadbeat mom, you know, the only thing you can do, as I always say, start from where you are. I mean, yeah, prayer as well, but start from where you are. You know, call your child. If you haven't spoke to them, call them. If you don't know their number, get them on Facebook, Instagram. Most people got some type of social media. Reach out to their family and friends, you know, or the friends that they have, and try to get in touch with them. But make that effort.
Okay, so look, y'all tune in next week, and we will be bringing up the topic of family.
Relationships.
Yeah, so y'all can ask us anything.
Yeah, you can ask us anything, and
we're gonna keep it 100.
Yeah, and definitely we're gonna talk about the good, the bad, the ups and downs of relationships, even some of the ugly, because I've had some ugly. Yeah, not even just talking about how they look, just how the relationship went.
I have some fugglers too.
You know, so
and I'm talking about the way they look.
You know, so I've been there. You know. You know, he keep it 100, but he ain't got no sense. As he said, you know, it wasn't what you say. You had to pay for it, so you ain't got none.
Yeah. If you had to pay for sense, I ain't got none because I ain't finna pay for it.
So yeah, you know, he ain't got no sense, but we definitely will. We answer them questions on our relationship. If you got questions on your own, or you know, ask us. We right here, but
we won't lie. But it's time to go. We will see y'all next week. Always keep it 100 with
Money and Mika.